Hey everyone, welcome back to another Aleroart podcast. I am Aleroart, and it's been a minute. It's been a good while, with good reasons with that. Welcome back again, and just to say, just getting back into this thing with good reasons and everything is just pretty much like a mental break of just more about me and learning about self, and still a work in progress. So I just want to start that off by saying that I talk all cryptic, but yeah, it's been a while. I thought I've been posting like actually a couple of years, which is weird because it's only been last year, and the latest one was in springtime. So I just want to say welcome back. Thank you guys for checking out the other podcast that I played and recorded, and as well as the feedback that's come with it. A lot of people said that they could relate to a lot of things I've posted before, and my whole purpose of creating these audio podcasts is just a perspective of an artist. And as an artist, we are self-creating, we are in our own worlds, and what we do is we make content that just generates from what's within us. And I am a firm believer of creating, of just doing, just making. If it's not painting, it's sketching. If it's not sketching, it's writing. It's talking, acting. Being an artist, it's very cool. It's also a thing of just certain things, just how I function. I've been doing this for a very long time, and I'm still learning, and I'm a learning student in this game. So that being said, we'll just get started. And one of the things is one of the topics that we're going to talk about is just bringing up, I get asked questions of my thoughts, and for me it's just when people ask my opinion, I don't have an opinion because whatever. But if you ask, I answer, and you probably might not like it, and that's fine. It's just an opinion, and in this world we are very critical. We need to be less of that and just, okay, that's your opinion, and that's that. So the topic today is about AI art, and AI, excuse me on that, AI, artificial intelligence, is basically you type into a computer, and this thing is supposed to, I guess, imagine or come up with the idea of what the art is made. So this AI art, you type in, say, a zoo, a bear, and the weather, and it's supposed to spit out an image. And to me, I think it's hilarious. And when I say that, I know people might say, well, you're laughing now, but wait till it comes for you. And I'm like, oh man, it sounds like some weird Terminator stuff going on. But when I hear that, I get the sense that it's like taking over automatically, which I don't think so. I really don't. I kind of feel like that when I would hear people talk about, what was it, last year's thing was, what's that other art that was going on? Trying to figure out what that is. Oh yeah, that's right, NFTs, the non-fungible token. Creating art with that, a lot of people just, they poo-pooed it. I usually use more bad words, but I'm trying to get better with my words. And for that, people just, right away had an opinion about it and just said they don't like it. And if you like it, they hate you, and yada, yada, yada. And it's just one of those things where I don't have an opinion about that as well. And I guess the point I'm trying to make is that, we focus on trying to make a collective of what we should like and we shouldn't like. But as an artist, isn't a self-expression what we aim for? We should have different varieties. We should have, opinions. That's the word I'm trying to go for. You should be able to like what you like. And that's that. I don't have an opinion on NFTs. I've gotten approached to create some illustrations for it. There were people that were, thinking it's going to be the end all and fix the world, and I didn't hold on to it as putting my eggs in a basket and going along. I just said, hey, that's great for you, and left it as that. And like I said, it's a year later, and no one's really talking about it. So I feel like it's kind of like that with this AI. AI might be around, and when people use an app and type in these 3, 4, or 10 instructions for this AI, that's that. But at the end of the day, does it affect an actual artist? I mean, I have heard people saying that they are either using their ideas. I am not for that. 100%. Let me say that one more time. I am not for people taking others' product to create their revenue, in the sense of needing to clip art their work and then just use that and saying that that's what the computer is doing. I am not for that. I just feel that when I see people explain their thoughts of AI being bad, it's just like, okay, like, just go ahead and move on. Just go on. And they tend to think that this is, let's start a petition and let's not have, certain people at events or whatever. And that's where it gets all weird and crazy, and it's not even called for that. So this whole AI thing, when I see the artwork, personally, I think it looks like creepy dreams, what nightmares are made of, and it's that you kind of laugh at that, but you're like, man, it's so spooky. I do find the fingers very funny because the AI has not perfected the fingers, and I'm pretty sure somebody out there can come up with the idea of why it doesn't have that. But I just think it's very silly. But we are in this day and age where everybody just wants to use content, not create it and just upload it and say it's theirs. Speaking of which, I noticed that a lot on these TikTok pages or YouTube pages where you split the screen, and these content creators piggyback on other existing videos, and their screen is split in half, and all they do is hold their coffee or their drink and they're pointing at the original video, and I'm like, wow, you guys didn't really do anything. You guys are just standing there and drinking your coffee. That's the ones I have problems with. If I'm gonna say pick a beef with anybody, is people just creating off of existing piggyback, and you see the revenue of numbers popping up, and just makes no sense to me. But whatever, I don't care. But I really don't have an issue with it. I just think it's like there's nothing really creative. And as far as for people to say AI art is going to take over in that sense, I don't know. In the meantime, build your content, be creative, mind your business, and of course keep Will Smith's wife's name out your mouth, and that's it. But this whole AI thing, it's just, if that's what you're really focused on for the day, you need a new hobby, or you need to do something, because it makes no sense that you got to go out and pick on that. And you should be creating. We are in the early what is it? We're in January. We are at the start of the new year. Your focus is on AI. Shouldn't you be working on what's coming in for spring? What's coming up for the new year? What's your new product? What is your product based on? Are you creating something? And you shouldn't be really, if that's your focus. I apologize. I just see these videos and people getting all mad at technology, and I don't get it. It doesn't have any kind of hold of a reference that's going to prevent you from getting the job. If you're confident in your work and you are making artwork as it is, you know, it shouldn't be on your radar. And if your client is out there needing AI art, then more power to them, because at the end of the day, you know, they're the ones that are going to deal with it. They're the ones that are going to be needing to adjust and fix and change. And, you know, there's so many things that the computer will be able to do where a human can do better. And that's just my 2 cents on that. But it's just really silly is where we are, where everyone's opinion on certain things with technologies preventing us from actually creating. And it's just, we could just really use and focus our energy elsewhere. And that's that. So creating a better 2023 and beyond for me is just, you know, it's awesome. Back to school, getting more into mural creating, getting the kids to make murals, working on Power Punch Bootcamp 2, working with other artists, working with other writers, working with the artists and writers that I've worked with before, that just to continue on this journey of being, you know, a creative individual, whether it be traditional or digital, being on social media and just creating content. I think that's where our mind should be at, and none of this negative hate. I'm really trying to hold back on using any bad words, but it's just one of those things where, you know, we need to get better. And I'm at the point right now where I'm just like taking a break, understanding that it's okay if things don't work out with certain projects. What am I in control of? What am I capable of? And what am I understanding as valid rewards to self, mental health and physical health? There's so many things right now that I think people focus so heavily on that we lose track on what reality is, what's around us. We get a lot of people that pass that we've lost in our lives, and we tend to just go away and push that away and go into our mobile devices, or just try to escape into some sort of fantasy world. And I think that's the whole thing of, like, you know, people it's just really weird of like where we are and our valid needing validation, and coming off of this whole thing with technology supposedly to take over. And if you're so bent on it taking over you, you know, you need a better understanding or grasp on that. But that's what pretty much my stuff in my 2 cents in a nutshell of what I see when people complain about this technology, that we are not, like, I'm trying to use the word of it's not the end all be all. And when I hear people complain about AI technology, I see it as you gave up. And I say that in the sense of I hear what you're saying, as in this is bad, but is that your main focus? Are you doing other things? Are you pushing your art? Is this AI hit you and like has it bit you in the ass as of now, or are you just opening up your mouth to be the first person to tell people this is going to be bad and I told you so? Do you want to be that I told you so? And I really hope you don't want to be that person, because that's just, I know people like that. Oh, I told you that. Oh, no one wants to hear that person. No one wants to be that. Oh, I told you. Oh man, I told you that was gonna happen. Thanks. So I just feel like there's plenty of other things that we can do, that we could focus on, that requires us needing to hate or be bent out about this thing of AI technology. So I got asked. That's my opinion. I know I blabber. I know I go on off the riff of talking about other things, but when it comes to this thing of AI, it's just, they just use that as a tool. Again, if your client is using that, then that's good for them, but you have to be more than what that one client is. Maybe there's another client out there for you. Maybe there's someone else that will acquire your services and work, and you shouldn't be so focused on that. And I think one of the keys that I learned over the years is I'm always grateful for my clients. I have a good handful that always ask for my work. We have a great relationship. We talk back and forth. Sometimes it's you won't hear from the person in months, maybe even a year, but I always build the relationship of knowing that my services are going to be used in the future, and they'll come back. And when I hear people say this is the end all and they're going to use that, then cool. But yeah, I'm not bothered by it. I'm not bothered by that. This is going to take my job away. I have too many other plates that are spinning that require that my job's going to be taken away from that. As an illustrator, I do more than just create content. I work with other people, which is awesome. I teach, and I make my own creator own. So I'm not thinking about that. And if you are so stuck on that maybe you need to figure out where you are with your creator content that you need to level up on to prevent it from happening, if it is gonna happen. And again, I could be wrong, I could be eating my words, but at the end of the day, you just gotta make your art. You gotta believe in what you're doing is valuable, and shouldn't be thinking that technology is gonna go ahead and take over the world. And we're not there with the Back to the Future. We're not there with the Jetsons. I don't have my self-walking dog, and I don't have a treadmill that telling my wife to get me off of this crazy thing. It is a thing that, if it's not there right now, why don't you just work on what you can? And I don't know if you think you're John Connors or whoever that's gonna come back, go back to the future and save everybody, but it's you just got to work on what we can right now. So in the meantime, you're going to continue to see these existing arts of horrible fingers, ridiculous facial expressions. It's just really amazing what these computers just think and type in what we interpret as art. And the ones that I really follow, that I just think it's hilarious, is the generator when they pop up about movies like Aliens or Star Wars. It's just ridiculous what they think that their robots look like. It looks like something out of Dune, and the illustrations just hilarious. And yeah, but like I said, by all means, if you feel you need to hate on them, that's fine, but you should be working on your craft. I've seen some comments about why people hate it, and my feeling is just work on your stuff. Like, just if you have an audience, just work on what they would like, and instead of thinking about what technology is going to take away from you. And it just doesn't make sense, especially as an adult. Are you not confident enough in your work? Are you not, like, in this competitive age? We're competing against each other. I'm competing against someone else for the next illustration gig or logo job or even workshop job. And at the end of the day, I know people that, part of it is your style, other part of it is what you bring. And if you could level up on that, I think that's makes you more valid. And I think people tend to, if that's the case of this is gonna take my job away. It's kind of laughable. But again, I know people will say, "Oh, you're gonna laugh now," but it just doesn't make sense. And the way it is, like, people posted a picture that they think this is what the artwork that the client will like, and say, well, what about the hair or the feature, whatever. You still need a human being to create the illustration, the content. And we aren't there where it's going to require. And if it ever comes to that, you gotta have other things to work on. And I just think it's really interesting that we are so bent on this thing taking over. And maybe it's basically what I'm hearing in my social media. And when I see that, I just can't understand. I can't understand this thing taking over. I can't understand people being so, this ruined my day. My afternoon's all messed up now because technology is being my main focus. And I want to get back into talking about other things, as being like creating content for yourself, being individuals, as in your content being talking with a purpose. And that's always my goal, is if you could have some kind of purpose with your work. I think that's the goal. And we just have this thing of, we're too focused on let's all hate, or let's all band in together and dislike something that we have no clue of what it is. If it's a tool and it helps, that's great. But if you're solely relying on a generator to, just do this, this doesn't make sense. And it could be used for, like, using it for concepts of design, but you gotta still incorporate it. But again, I'm not using it. I'm not using it. I'm not for using it. I believe that I have a brain that will tell me, like, hey, you're creative enough that will require your services to fulfill this project. And when the day comes where it's not needed, then hey, maybe I could be work on something else. But I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm not believing that it's the end all. And if your focus is that, it just makes no sense. Yeah, that's all I could think of. I just feel like a lot of this is just a yammer of let's just all hate on this, and can only imagine what the next thing is going to be that people are going to hate on. And again, I could be eating my words, but I'm just was asked my opinion of I'm just focused on my work, my content. What am I creating? How am I creating it? And who's my audience? I am in the process of, like I said, working on and wrapping up a graphic novel. I am working on a web comic that will deal with talking about, which I'm most happy and hopeful to bring in fruition of talking about is, we need more talk on mental health and talk about wellness and forgiveness and self-forgiveness at that, and learning about things that don't require the end all be all, and certain things that we don't have control of, and what we are able to control. How can we manifest that into a positive that can help us in a way of getting us to the next level? I'm all about healing. I'm all about wellness. I'm optimistic. I like the fact that I can make art that people will dig. I want people to think. I just want people to enjoy and be. And I don't want anything that will require that a person, again, it triggers back to this AI stuff, is just you're spitting out that I really don't think if you are that concerned, again, it shouldn't affect you. But a real person that requires to make content won't rely on a robot to manufacturally spit out your idea, because there's still more out there. Like I said, I'm a student. I'm still learning. Even with my classes, when I teach, I'm always learning. I learn from my youth. I learn what's around me. I learn what's around my environment. I just want to learn, and I never want to be the person that goes and says, "Oh, I'm done learning," because I'm continuing on, and that's like a human robot. You want to be able to just create and be creating, and yeah, that's my rambling of this AI is just ridiculous, and you need to channel your energy into something else if that's where you're focused on. Like, if you have a job and they ask you to make a logo about a cow jumping over the moon, and if you're so focused on using AI to do that, how far does that get you? And can you just imagine how the artwork would look of the cow? Can you imagine how the moon would look? It's just so ridiculous. And it's you as a creator. It shouldn't and wouldn't need to keep you up at night. You should be thinking about the next thing. You should be thinking about your breakfast and what delicious foods you're going to eat for the next day, or the people you're going to be around. I think that. But again, my audios are about art and being an artist. Being asked about what my opinions are. I was asked. I wanted to answer it. Again, no ill will. I don't want anyone to not think that everybody has an opinion and they should ask that. My opinion on that is I'm not concerned, and I'm going to continue on making art, and you should too. If you are creating things, your focus shouldn't be the fact that this is going to take over your life. You're going to wake up and that's that. Then, if you're a real true creator or creating content, you're going to find something to make. You're going to create. You're going to continue. And the word is have written over my vision board is consistency, is just keep going and keep making. And I don't think that that's the deal with those word consistency fits in with artificial intelligence, and they can only do so much. And I think people tend to think that's what the end all. Our technology is not going to look like that. If anything, it's going to look like space age and aluminum foil, and the future is, just like aluminum and silver, which I'm joking and lying on that. It's, you're making it, you got to make it what you think it is. So if you're an artist, or you've been an artist and you're continuing to be an artist, and you feel like your job is taken, please just make some art. Make some art for yourself, and you might make something out of it. You might even make some art out of this whole AI thing. You might. I know I have. The year has started, and I've been recreating and remodeling Alley Cat. And one of the things I did with my create-your-own character Alley Cat is he found some gloves at a magician shop in south side of Chicago. So he walks into a shop and finds some gloves, puts them on, and he finds out he could do these hand gestures. And one of the things that I have an idea for is that maybe he could, mock the idea of having 10 fingers on one hand. So he will say, what's your 10 top best rappers with one hand sticking up. So it's just a joke. Poking fun with that. I will incorporate that in my illustrations, my paintings, traditional, and as well as digital. And that's just me as creating content with that. So I just want to say, if this helps in any way, thinking about it is just make art. The AI is not knocking on your door. AI is not taken away from you. If that's what you think is required, then you have too much things to worry about. And if you're confident in your own work, you'll be fine. And I just think that you shouldn't be worried about it. And I know people will say, oh, you're gonna eat your words, but no, I'm just gonna say I'm just too focused on what I'm making right now, and I'm gonna leave that as that. But I want to talk about what I want to be making in the next couple of months and projects, and something positive to come about this. Wrapping up. I'm done talking about the AI stuff now, and just say, like, I'm looking forward to making more art, be invited to make more murals, invited to work on comic book pages, rather be a cover, rather be interior art, rather it be a pinup. I look forward to traveling. I look forward to my family and friends. I look forward to just these things to be positive about and to keep going, because we are so in this world where things can be taken from you, and we're just hell-bent on stupidity. So I want you guys to be consistent, be creative, and we need more love out there. So just wanted to share that. Making art is my jam. I preach it to my students. They're awesome, and at the end of the day, I'm confident that it's something that we will continue to need, and we're not going to require an app that's going to tell us what artwork should be. So I'm going to wrap this up. I am Aleroart. I want to thank you guys for being on my Instagram page, my Facebook page, my Twitter page. I am now on TikTok, and if you guys are on TikTok, follow me there. I do have a Patreon page. Thank you guys for all supporting in all forms. Any tier would be grateful, but it's something that I enjoy creating and sharing. I look forward to showing more work and creating more work, and I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that. Oh, I also have a YouTube channel that I post on that I show tutorials and just quick drawing. So I don't think this AI thing's gonna take over that, because you got to make and create. So I want to end this and just say thank you guys. We'll be posting more. I'm already writing it down, it's in front of me, and just want to say I'm very appreciative of being able to create and be creative at that. So I'll talk to you guys for the next one. I am Aleroart. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Take care. Bye bye.